Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. We're in the final hour of the trading day, my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I say this because during the day, the algorithms and the day traders, they are the ones that are in control of the price. They're moving it around up and down during the day. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions coming in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information, and they wake up at the end of the day, and that's really when they start making their buying and selling decisions. I consider it smart money, so I like to make my buying and selling decisions at the end of the day based upon what they're doing regarding my levels. So thank you all for coming today. I really appreciate it. It's always nice to see everyone. I'm so glad that we have a nice group here. I always look forward to it. So thank you for coming and investing your time. So it looks like Kamal is here. Hey, Greg and group. Hey, Kamal. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for your scan today. John is here. Hey, John. Hi, Greg. Wondering about boot for today. Thanks in advance. Okay. I will definitely get to that in just a minute, John. And good seeing you, my friend. As always, Gary M is here. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Gary's having another good day in gold. Currently, the Dow is up 108 points, up 0.41%. The NASDAQ is up 120 points, up 1.14%. And the S&P is up 31.91, up 0.99%. We just had the Fed announcement about an hour ago. There was all sorts of drama up and down, and I'll go over that. Here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. I did have 2 trades today on Apple, day trades that I'm going to be sharing with you. One good, one bad. Pretty interesting trades. After that, we're going to take a look at your positions. And I see some really good ones up there. I don't see any negative ones today whatsoever. So that's fantastic. Then after that, we're going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. After that, we are going to, I've gone down through my watch list, and I've also gone down through Kamal's results from his scanning program. And so we're going to go through each one of those. I have 3 requirements whenever I I'm looking to enter a new trade. First is that I need a confluence or combination of indicators lining up. I look at each group of indicators such as MACD, RSI. I look at those as potential groups of buyers. You're going to increase dramatically the chances of having a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other groups of buyers. And so how do I do that? The way that I look at that is that I look at each indicator as a group of buyers. So I want to see multiple groups, multiple indicators lining up, or another way to say it, multiple groups of buyers lining up. So we're going to go through those. We're going to pick out a few that look pretty decent. At the end of the day, we'll go through them with a fine-tooth comb and select ideally the very best one, the one that has the best risk to reward ratio, the one that has the best confluence or combination of indicators. And then always, please keep in mind how many positions you have, how correlated they are. Try to be as diverse as you can in your position that spreads out the risk. So I'll go through those. At the end of the day, if I find one, go ahead and take that. Then after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, if you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols, please let me know. If there's a stock symbol that you'd like me to look at, like John just asked me to before the market's closed, go ahead, put a asterisk by it or an emoji so that I know that it's time sensitive. All right. And then if you have any new entries or exits today for me, if you could please wait till the end of the day after the market closes so my mind's freed up and I have more time, and that way I can make sure I get them on there correctly. All right, so that's the plan for today, everybody. So sound good? All right, hold tight. You're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's look at BOOT for John. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Big day, up 10.82%. Listen, it's great. I mean, it triggered a fractal. This is a big bar. MACD went positive. Did reject the 50 EMA. I probably wouldn't take something like this. I mean, this bar is bullish for the future. But in the very short term, in a trading situation, I feel like it's a little I feel like it's a little chasey. That's the word. I feel like it's a little chasey. I mean, if you're dying to get in this, RSI's 5102. You could just use a close below the 50 RSI as a stop. But I mean, it's really great. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has the bounced off the 250-day moving average, has that 200 above it up there at 2141. So it has a little ways to go. It just depends whether or not this is going to be able to have an extra boost tomorrow after all this. It is well off of its high, and it really did tag that 50 EMA, John. My gut would tell me on this one, wait for a little bit of a pullback, or if you really did want to take it, use the 50 RSI as your stop, a close below that. But me personally, I probably would not take this, to be honest with you. So hope that helps, John. Brian M is here, or Gary M. Oh, I already said hello to Gary. Brian M says, hello, glad to be here. I had a lot of activity today. Fantastic. I think I have you up here for some good trades. Hey, David, man, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hope you got my email. My thoughts are with you. So you just let me know about Friday. No rush, no pressure, okay? Miko25 is here. Hey, Miko, good to see you, my friend. Hope you and the family are doing well, and trading's going well. Frank is here. Hey, Frank. Hello, Greg in group. Good to see you, my friend. Frank, the trading poet. Evan M is here. How you doing, Evan? Good afternoon to you as well. Dan, peace sign right back at you, my friend. Always good to have Dan here. Frank has a poem for us. It's not good to trade if you feel afraid. Instead of worrying how you'll fare, start with one share to ease your cares. That's right. Good traders really understand anxiety, for peace in mind is their sobriety. Man, every day just gets better. Frank, that's just fantastic. Let's give it one more shot. It's not good to trade if you feel afraid. Instead of worrying how you'll fare, start with one share to ease your cares. Good traders really understand anxiety, for peace of mind is their sobriety. I mean, how can you write a better and more relevant poem than that? I just don't know how it would be possible, honestly. Frank, you need to do a trading book. This is so good. This is so freaking good. Okay. Let me check over here for a minute. Okie dokie. Okay. Well, here we go. First on board, FUTU. I think I'm the only one. Yep, I'm the only one that took this one. I did buy FUTU here on the 24th of July at 28.53. False breakout to the downside, V1, and it's gone up, and today it was way up. Hit two profit targets here on this today. Got really close to that 70 RSI. Right now it looks like it's closing in the bottom part of the bar. So I have two decisions here. I could either, one, just get out. I don't like that it's closing in, I mean, it's not right. It could close higher. I think this is what I'm going to do. If it closes higher, higher than halfway of this bar here, I'm going to keep it. Otherwise, I'm going to take it off. This has been a really great run. I mean, so far it's up 9.53%. So that's a pretty good one. And oh, I guess I had my profit targets in from last night, but I got a little positive slippage because it gapped open over my profit targets. So anyway, this one's really great. I am considering taking it off because of the resistance over here, and we got pretty close to that 70 RSI. I didn't like it, and the bar is below halfway of the bar, which is not a good sign, but we'll see. All right, real quick, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. Why would I do this? I do this based upon a long-term back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest on Twitter since 1993. They tested two approaches. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the close. This approach, if you used it every day since 1993, minus 13.9% return. The opposite, which is the approach I use, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell the first thing the next morning, positive 634. So this approach, minus 13.9. This approach, positive 634.2. Past performance, no guarantee of future results. We know that. That goes without saying with any trading approach. Just because this has worked since 1993 doesn't mean it's going to continue to work. But if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something that has good back-tested results. You can see over time, all it has done is gone up. There are drawdowns, there are significant drawdowns, just like buying and holding the S&P, but it clearly outperforms the buying in the morning, sell in the afternoon. Today would have worked well, buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon, but over time it has not. You know, I'm very conservative with the position size I take every day. So keep that in mind. If you use this, you want to use a conservative approach because, boy, you can have some significant drawdowns, even though over the long term it has gone up. So I did buy SPY yesterday at the close, 321.17, and I sold it today at 322.01. So nice little trade there. Looks like Brian also bought SPY, not for the overnight SPY trade, but just a regular trade. He bought it at 321.70. It's at 324.86. So fantastic, Brian. Very, very nice. So I will be buying this again at the close. USO, I did buy USO. Bought it on the weekly. I like to spread out my trades between weeklies and dailies and intraday. I did buy USO here at 28.40 when we had a V1 to the upside, under 30 over 30, under the negative third over the negative third. Bought it at 28.40. Right now we're at 29.57. Doesn't look like a big move, but these are weekly bars, but it is currently up about 4.29%. Okay, WBA. So Gary and Karen and Kamal and Quad and Dan and myself did buy Walgreens yesterday. Nice false breakout to the downside. Nice V2. Bought it at 49.69, and currently it is up 0.88%. No profit targets yet, but earlier today it was down, and you can see here's the washout bar on my V2. Do you see how the price literally got to the halfway of the washout bar and then found support? Unbelievable, right? That's why I use a close below the halfway of the washout bar as my stop, because very likely it could come down here, but it did what it was supposed to do and just bounced nicely. So no profit targets yet today, but up 0.91% since yesterday. Okay, give me 1 second. I manage another account, and so I have to make a little adjustment here. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so it looks like Gary M. and Kamal and myself did take real estate over here. Somebody took it over here, but it's pretty close. So I took it here, actually got out here for a loss, but I re-entered a couple days ago here at 35.18 with this bullish engulfing bar, this V1 Bought it here at 35.18. I was hoping the next day it would trigger this fractal. A fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. And it did on this day. So I bought it here 35.18. Yesterday, up nicely, held the 200. Today, up 1.31%, did hit another profit target here at 36.22. This pink line here, this is the 250 days. So yesterday was the trailing stop with the 200-day moving average. Now that we've gotten over the 250-day, that's the new trailing stop. Not a close below the previous day's low like normal, because we have these major moving averages up here. So if this purple line here is the 250-day, if we get a close below that 250, that's where I'll go ahead and lock in profits. Okay. FAS. All right. Well, Steve and Frank and Miko and Kamal and myself, we did buy. Kamal bought it here a little cheaper, 31.65 on this V1. The rest of us waited for this 520 crossover. Got it here at 33.99. The 520 crossover is a good approach for FAS. Good back-tested approach. Moved sideways, moved up a little bit, did take some profits there. And today, beautiful day, up 5%, did hit 2 profit targets already, and maybe possibly a third, depending on how we close here. So entry to exit on the crossover, people, 5.74%, and Kamal, 12.2%. Congratulations, Kamal, and congratulations to Steve, Miko, and Frank for our entry as well. All right, Apple. Apple didn't start off so hot for me. This is the 5-minute bar. This was a great setup. V2. False breakout to the downside, under 50, over 50. Just goes to show you, just because you have a really great entry does not mean it's going to work, right? Sometimes you can get lulled and go, man, this is such a perfect entry. It's got to go up, right? Bought it here at 378.02. Initially went my way, and then boom, this bar got me out. Here was halfway the washout bar. So I got in at 378.02 and I got out at 377.35. So not quite $1, but that was a little disheartening. I was like, okay, I'll just wait and see if we can get another entry. This was my entry here. This was right about when the Fed announcement came. We had a bullish engulfing bar. We had a V2. We had a rejection of the 200-day moving average. I bought it here at 376.87. And boy, it just went tearing off. I did get out here when it rejected the third ATR channel and triggered a V1 to the downside. So I got in at 376.86 and I got out at 378.82. So that nicely made up for the first loss. And that was about it. Now, if I would have just held it waiting for a close below the previous day's low or a rejection of the 70 RSI, I would have gotten out here, 378.82, about close to another $1 higher. But, you know, I was very happy with that trade and very happy with the entry. And that's it. That's it for the my current trades and the day trades. All right, let's get over to your positions. Steve and Bob did buy KMX 94.90 with the 520 crossover. Currently it's 98.68. Beautiful trade there, Steve and Bob. Up 3.97% roughly. Very, very nice. PayPal. Bob, David, and Brian did buy PayPal here with the higher low V2 at 174.01. Went up nicely. Then we had Couple downs days with the reversal, but this thing up 4.87%. By the way, I think there are earnings today on PayPal. Here's earnings. Facebook, after the close, Facebook, PayPal, Qualcomm. Those looks like the big ones for today. So keep that in mind that there is earnings today as well. IWM. All right, Frank and Steve took IWM with the 1030 SMA crossover here at 146.16. Went up nicely, had a little bit of a pullback, but nicely up today, up 2% today. So congratulations, Steve and Frank. Berkshire Hathaway, Brian did buy Berkshire Hathaway at 190.49, and currently we're 196.41, up 1.71% today. So very nice, Brian. Congratulations. SPY, we already talked about SPY, but Brian did buy SPY yesterday, not the overnight trade, but just as a regular trade. It's 321.70 and it's 325.35. CSX, Frank did buy CSX back here at 69.88. Had this nice move up. He got out of 70% of his position before earnings, and then he has a trailing stop on earnings. Did go down after earnings, but nicely up today. So with the 30% that he has left, not having a good day there as well. Gold, Gary with the gold trade, unbelievable. He took gold back here with the 520 crossover, bought it at 162.80. The 520 crossover, it's a good crossover approach, long-term profitable approach. Currently, he has held it. He's waiting for a close below the previous day's low. Currently, and it is up again today. Boy, could you imagine being short this? Up 13.38%. Very nice. Let's see. Very nice, Gary. RBA. Glenn bought RBA at 44.60. Next couple days it went down, but up 2.2%, up 2.27% today. So nicely profitable in the trade. And XLRE we already went over. Ooh, XLRE could hit that second profit target today. All right, I'm going to take this one off. All right, let's see how everything is doing here. Futu, it's looking better. If this closes below halfway here, I look here. If it closes below, I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. But it is up 6.57% today. SPY, going to buy that again at the close. WBA getting close to a profit target, up 1.18% today. And then, Apple was my day trade. And FAS up 5.37% today. So very nice. Looks, I didn't see one losing trade other than my one intraday trade on Apple. Wow. Fantastic, everybody. Nice going. Steve Burns, hey buddy, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Just went over some of your trades, amazing trades. Really great, Steve. Really great. Thank you for coming today. It's always an honor and a privilege to have you here. Steve says, amazing Frank can write such great poems every single day. Also great to see them. I 100% agree. It is amazing. And thanks to Frank for doing that. Dan says, thanks, Frank. Almost like you wrote that for me. Oh, good. Evan says, EXPE and J. Okay. EXPE. It's not bad. We came down into the value zone. Down, sideways movement. Nice V1 here. Also got the green triangle, which means the previous day we went up. Yesterday we went up and reversed. And today we went down and reversed back up, which makes it positive again. Over 50 RSI. It's not bad. It's a good risk to reward ratio on that one. And J. Well, that's a nice fractal breakout from this fractal here. A little high for me to buy this one. And then you have the 200 right there. So doesn't mean it can't continue up, but I like the first one better. Frank says, maybe I did, Dan. David says, I will be at a PayPal today. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it might go up after earnings, but it might go down. You just never know. Brian says, AMD is doing well. I bought it at 60. Yeah, AMD. Oh. AMD is fantastic. Look at that, up 12% today. I think it had really good earnings. You bought it at 60. Fantastic. Let me... Brian M. $60. That's way down here. All right. And in the future, Brian, if you could please wait till the end of the day to try to give me your new entries, okay? All right. Steve Burns says, did everyone see the Kodak chart today after the news they were helping with vaccine production? Yeah, I did see the news. I haven't looked at the chart. Look at that, everybody. It's up 411% today. My gosh, how much was it at the top? It was up 654% today at the top. Can you imagine if you bought at the top? Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. From 2 to 60, it was $2. Unbelievable. Well, could you imagine if you sold naked calls on that? Oh my gosh. And somebody had to have. Unbelievable. Okay. Okay, so listen, before we start going down through the possible candidates for the end of day trade today, I want to just switch gears quickly, talk a little bit about trader psychology, trading philosophy, good trading words of wisdom. There's some really good Facebook and Twitter channels out there that do a great job of posting good, helpful things for us to traders to read. One of my favorite is Stephen Goldstein at Alpha Mind 101. Stephen Goldstein is a retired trader. He's a professional trading coach. He has a great podcast called the Alpha Mind Podcast, where they interview all sorts of different traders, retail traders, hedge fund, prop traders, large financial institution traders. And he was nice enough to have me he interviewed me twice on his podcast. So please check him out, Stephen Goldstein at Alpha Mind 101. He's the real deal, really good information. But let's see what Stephen has to say. That surge of awesomeness you feel when the market moves your way is great, but it's also as dangerous to your success as the despair you feel when losing. It makes you feel invincible and diverts you from optimal behavior. That's why you write plans in a cold state. So you know what he's talking about, right? If you know something goes screaming up, you get that euphoric surge. But on the other hand, you've had positions where it just crashes, right? Just goes down, and that's when you feel the despair. So, you know, try to make your buying and selling decisions in a cold state, like Stephen says. When you're in a cold state, when you're in an objective state, I always talk about, you know, looking at a chart, and saying, ooh, you know what? If it comes down 3 or 4% more, it's going to be a nice double bottom with the bullish divergence. Or, oh, okay, it's in the value zone. If I can get it to move sideways for a couple days, then I could look for a good V1 or V2. So it's always a good practice to look at a chart, say, it's not there yet, but if it does get there, then I can look for a trigger. I can look for an entry. And, when you're not in a position, you're thinking clearly. But if you're, like Steven says, if you have euphoria or despair, you're not going to be thinking clearly about making a good trading plan. So anyway, thank you, Stephen Goldstein. That's why you write your plans in a cold state. Please check him out, Alpha Mind 101 on Twitter. Check out the Alpha Mind podcast, and hopefully this was helpful. Chris says, wonderful, wonderful day on Kodak today for me. Chris, you were in Kodak? Wow. Congratulations, man. Seriously, that's fantastic. I don't think I have even ever looked at a Kodak chart before right this second. That is fantastic. Round of applause for Chris. Wow. Steve Burns says, I always look forward to your daily psychology tidbit. Thank you. Appreciate that, Steve. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Well, let me take a quick look again. Futu is doing just fine. WBA is making the high of the day. That's fantastic. Ooh, come on, get up there. Let's hit that profit target. I know you can do it. Fast, getting very close to that profit target. Getting very, very close to that third profit target. And Apple, that was my day trade. Okay. Oh, XLE. How did that get over there? XLE is getting very close to that profit target as well. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 sec, please. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some potentials here. There are a lot of potentials, but let's make sure that we are really careful with selections, right? Okay, here we go. Johnson & Johnson. Return to value. Yes, value. 1 day. 1 day. Then we went down another day. So for me, this does not qualify. Yes, it's above the 180. It's above the value zone. Came down into the value zone, but yesterday's bar went lower than that bar. So there's not 2 days of sideways movement. So I'm going to get rid of Johnson & Johnson. Uber. False breakout to the downside. V1. I don't like the 200-day sitting right above. I'd rather be more interested in Uber if I could get a close above the 200. So I'm going to let that one go. Adobe. Adobe does backtest well with the 520 crossover. Right now the 5 is 436.03 compared to 436.35 for the 20. So I'm going to let that one go. Goldman Sachs, something I've been watching. There is a V1 here. And we are above the 50-day moving average. We have rejected the 200-day. I would just prefer to wait to see it close above the 200-day or have the 520 crossover. Microsoft, we have the green triangle, which means we went up and down yesterday and reversed back up today. I don't know. I think I'm just going to pass on this one because the earnings of some tech today. So I think I'm just going to be conservative on that one. DT. Well, can someone confirm that the earnings were in the morning, in the not the afternoon, on DT? I would hate. I mean, this does look pretty good. It's a nice false breakout to the downside. V1 back over 50. It looks pretty good, but I would hate to get in this and then show that it was we had earnings after hours. Okay. KLAC, higher low V1. Under 50, I think there's better. MDB. V2, rejection of this -1 ATR channel above the 50. You know, it's okay. It's up 7% weekly. Rejection of the -1 ATR channel. That one's okay. PTS, don't really see anything there. NetEase, I think there's better than that. ICE, big day, V1, but no sideways motion. So I'm going to let that one go. Chipotle. We made a lower high here. I would rather see this washed out. I would rather have a V1 or V2 with a false breakout to the downside. This is a lower high and a bounce, so I'm going to let that one go. MA is quite strong, bullish engulfing bar over the 1 ATR channel. Just a little bit too high for me above the 1 ATR. It's a little high for me to buy V1 that high. It's very bullish. But Dexcom, I don't like that we rejected this high over here. I don't like rejected the 1 ATR channel, so I'm going to let that one go. GH, Guardian Health. Pretty range bound there. I think I'm going to let that one go as well. IQ. This big bar down here, the big volume. To me, this looks like more than just a bounce. I'm going to let that one go as well. Autodesk. Nope, don't like that one. JCOM, I do like. We had a false breakout to the downside. We have a under 30, over 30. We have a V1 and MACD is positive. This is a double bottom. Not with the divergence. This is a double bottom with a missing right shoulder. I mean, we went red, green, we came down lower, no reds whatsoever. So MACD is positive, false breakout to the downside, V1, under 30, over 30. That one is definitely my favorite at the moment. ZYXI. Oh, give me 1 second, please. ZYNX, I don't really see anything there. And IGMS, under 30 RSI. It's a third ATR channel, but under 30 RSI. So that one I would definitely leave alone. So to me, it looks like Goldman Sachs, if we could get above the 200, that's a big if. I don't know at the moment. DT, let me see if anybody checked earnings. Earnings are done. Thanks, Kamal. Well, if we use halfway of the washout bar down here, maybe about right there. Question is it a 2 to 1? Here to here, best case. There is a lot of resistance here and here in the 1 ATR channel. Yeah, my gut tells me on this one. I mean, it looks good. I mean, there's no doubt it looks good, but my gut tells me the risk to reward's not that great. Mongo reminds me of Blazing Saddles. It's well off of its high. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's kind of neutral. JCOM I like the best. Double bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30. Bullish engulfing and a V1 and a RS ATR divergence. Here at this low, we were down at the third, fourth, 4.5. Now we're just as low, and we were only at the second. This one makes the most sense to me, by far. And it's making new highs as we speak. All right, so JCOM looks like my favorite. Let me look over here. You know, this is a fintech company. I am going to sell Futu at the close because PayPal has earnings today, and you know, birds of a feather and all that. So this was a great trade. About 10%. I'm going to take this one off because of PayPal earnings. All right, that made sense to me. SPY, great trade, Brian. I'll buy that again at the end of the day. Gold's up 0.8, or gold. USO's up to 0.82%. WBA, come on now. How close can you get to my profit target? Look at that. My profit target's 41.30. It got as high as 41.26. So maybe we'll get a little surge at the end of the day and hit that profit target. But that's up 1.33%. That was a laggard early on, so that's really good. FAS, again, very close to the profit target. So maybe if I can get a little surge there, boy, up 5.69%. XLRE, also so close to the profit target. Wow, but did hit one. Wow, wow, wow. All right, so everything looks good. Just for the record, I am going to be getting out of Futu here because of PayPal's earnings. Goldman Sachs, just can't get above that 200. That's where the sellers come in. And JCOM, I like JCOM. I really do like that, under 30, over 30. My stop would be a close under 30. Brian says, I dipped my toe into Kodak, made $2. Very nice. Steve said, hey, Chris, when did you get in? What was your reason? I think the news broke late yesterday. I remember seeing it. Kodak made $2 a share. Alan is here. Hi, Alan. Good to see you. Hello back. Hope you're having a good day. Gary says, DT earnings were this morning. Okay. Thanks, Gary. Kamal said DT earnings are done. Glenn says DT was announced this morning. Hey, Glenn. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. I know you're having a good day. I know you're having a good day here on Ritchie Brothers. And what else do we have? I think that's all I have you down for is Ritchie Brothers at the moment. CarMax, no. PayPal, Bob, David, and Brian. Remember, earnings are today. IWM. Frank and Steve doing nicely. And Frank's doing nicely on CSX. And Gary is doing nicely on gold. Boy, how much higher can gold go? It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. Let me take a quick look here. This is a good example here, everybody, of a double top with a bearish divergence. Here we have a high. This is Apple on the 5-minute. Here we have a high. See how high the MACD bars are, meaning the momentum was very strong. We had a pullback into the value zone. Went red. Now we went higher than this high, but the MACD bars are not as high as these, meaning it's a double top with the bearish divergence. Okay. Okay. Really, there was no trigger here to short this. There was no over 70, under 70, or a V1 or a V2. But now that we've had this double top with the bearish divergence, normally when you have a double top, when it comes back to the value zone, you'll have a first group of buyers. People that shorted here will look to cover in the value zone. People that didn't miss this will come in here and look to buy. So you'll have two groups of buyers. The right move if you want to short something after a double top with the bullish bearish divergence is have the top down, double top, have the divergence, let it dip, and then try to come back up. If you get a lower high, that's the place. Then you'll get easier movement to the downside. Yes, we got XLRE. Yay. Okay. So 2 profit targets on XLRE. Not too shabby. And what about our FAS? Almost there. So close. WBA. So close. 41.30. I'm 8 cents away. All right. And on JCOM, we also have a V1 here and a false breakout to the downside. So we have a false breakout to the downside and a V1 on the weekly. On the daily, we have that same V1 false breakout to the downside. But what I really like about this is the double bottom with the bullish divergence and missing right shoulder. Even though we're lower, there are no red bars. And there's an RSI divergence as well. Here we have a low. See how low the RSI was? Here we make a lower low. The RSI was higher. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to get in this a little bit early just because I've got so many other things to think about. Okay. I'm in JCOM. All right. Futu, I'm definitely getting rid of. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Oops. What happened there? Oh. Okay. 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 I am out of Mr. Futu. SPY will be buying at the end. WBA just could not quite get to the profit target. FAS, 2 profit targets, but trying to get the all elusive third one. XLRE did get the second one. And Apple has earnings tomorrow, by the way. John says OKE, interesting reversal today. I think I looked at this one earlier, John. Yeah. Boy, that's interesting. I mean, that's a major bar with major volume. V1 bullish engulfing bar. We're at a 47.88. Couldn't quite get over the 50 RSI, and you have this confluence of the 100-day downward sloping 100-day moving average and the 1 ATR channel. So that's the only thing that would concern me about that. But you're right, John. That is an interesting reversal for sure. A lot of volume, lots of volume. All right. Okay. Kamal says I will go with JCOM as well. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite setup of the day. Under 30, over 30, V1, ATR divergence, RSI divergence. Under 30, over 30. Blue bar on the daily, blue bar on the weekly. This is something Dr. Alexander Elder would look for. This is exactly his mode of trading. Wow, what a day, huh? What a day. I don't see one negative trade on here other than my intraday Apple trade. Gold's hanging in there. Apple's a little off of its high. XLRE is right near its high. Futu got out of. So we have 3 minutes. Have you seen the dollar? Look at the dollar, everybody. How'd you like to fight that trend? That would not have been fun. I mean, now we're below the 6 ATR channel. That's very difficult to do. We're at a 20 RSI. Wow. But, of course, you look at the opposite, which is gold. It looks about the opposite of that, doesn't it? So I was talking about the double top with the bearish divergence on Apple. So it's going to plan where that first dip did, or that second dip after the double top with the bearish divergence did get bought. But the key would be, I mean, I'm not going to make a trade in this because the day is almost over. But the key would be if we came up, made a lower high with the V1, V2, then I would short to the downside. Kamal said, my short list had DT, JCOM, MDB, EXPE, and KLAC. Yeah, MDB definitely has 1.5 volume. I don't know where I would want to put my stop. I mean, I guess the place would be halfway of this bar or a close under 50, but it's just not as clean to me. That's why I'm going to pass on that one. And DT, yeah, DT strong, no doubt about it. I don't, just the highs over here and over here, I just don't know if it makes sense from a risk to reward standpoint. Okay. So, earnings today, Facebook, PayPal. Tomorrow, Amazon, Alphabet, and Apple. Can you imagine? Holy smokes. What an earnings day tomorrow. All right, we have about 10 seconds. Okay, that is that. Okay, wow, what a day. What a day. So listen, if you have any questions for me, if you have any new additions or subtractions for your positions up on the board, please put them in the chat. I'll get them all squared away and add any that you have or take off any that you have. And then keep your eyes out for PayPal and Facebook. It'd be interesting to see how they're doing. But before we do that, real quick, just want to put in my daily plug. Just remind everybody that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've had really good success with my clients. I do offer a course, 15 hours total, 5 sessions, 3 hours each for a total of 15. It's an intensive course. I teach you everything I've learned over the last 24 years as full-time trader. I've studied with some of the greats like Stephen Burns. I studied one-on-one with some of the greats like Stephen Burns and Dr. Alexander Elder, Carol Lavorne, Larry Williams. And what I teach in the class is everything that I've learned from each one of these traders and authors and educators. So if you've been thinking about taking the course, I know you'll like it if you take it. I know you're going to learn a lot. If you're interested, reach out to me. You can send me an email. The email's in the description of the video. You can also send me a direct message on Twitter at Gossett Trading. And if you do reach out to me, I'll say, hey, how's it going? And let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. There's no obligation. I'm not going to ask you if you want to take the course. I just want to get to know you a little bit better, find out about your trading history, your challenges, your goals. Then it's a good time for you to ask me about any questions that you have for the course. And then I'll say, hey, nice talking to you. If you're interested, think about it. You can email me back, so you can do it at your leisure if you want to take the class. There's no pressure from me. So anyway, it'd be fun to talk to you on Skype. So send me a message, email or Twitter. And then also, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps build the channel. Lets Google know that there's some good content here. And it only takes about a half a second to hit that, or a quarter of a second if you're quick. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe, and maybe if you could even share the channel with people on social media. That would be nice as well. So, all right, let's take a look here. See what my entries were. So entered SPY at 325.12, and I entered JCOM at 55.40. All right, so Futu is out of there. That was a fantastic trade, over 10%. Again, it's a fintech company. I'm going to get out of it because of PayPal. We'll see if that was the right move or not, but it made sense, and I'll be happy with it either way. SPY. $325.12. Okay. And JCOM 55.40. Okay. WBA, ever so close to that profit target. Fast, ever so close to that third profit target. XLRE, not close to the third ATR. And then Apple, we can get rid of that one. Hi, Katie girl. How you doing? Did you want to come over and say hi to everybody? Okay, we can do that. Katie says hi, everyone. Just like that. Turn on the AC. Okay. Now, Kamal bought JCOM. Okay, gotcha. Marcus Glass, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for saying hi. Marcus is one of my current students, and look forward to our second lesson tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time for you, 7 for me. So hope you're doing well, Marcus, and I'm looking forward to that second lesson. Zach says, "Hey Greg, been away for a while, but wanted to say hi and let you know I still do the rewatch." Hey, thanks, Zach. Hope you're doing well. Staying safe out there. Dan says, "Gossett group. Thumbs up for Greg." Thank you, Dan. Dan's always my right hand man when it comes to begging for thumbs up. Yeah, so I don't think there are a lot of new entries. Everybody's just doing fine. CarMax with Steve and Bob. Oh, I know David did get out of PayPal because of earnings. IWM had a big day for Steve and Frank. Berkshire Hathaway, beautiful trade for Brian. Brian also has a nice trade going in S&P. Gold, Gary with a big move up today, another 0.75%. This is a monster. And then Glenn had a really nice trade here on RBA. Any news on Facebook or PayPal? Man, I'm so glad to hear that that Chris had Kodak today. Unbelievable. I had somebody text me earlier and say, "Hey, I'm glad that you retired because you bought all the Kodak." And I was like, "I've never even looked at Kodak." And here we go. Chris had Kodak. Man, that's fantastic. I'm going to be eyeing Goldman Sachs tomorrow. If we could just, let me see, the 5 is 203.31 and the 20 is 204.98. So yeah, it'd be nice if I could get two indicators going tomorrow with the 520 crossover and a 200-day moving average. That would be outstanding because they both backtest well. Brian sold SPY at the open. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a overnight type of SPY trade. All right. So let's get rid of that then. Was profitable nonetheless. And David, if you're still out there, man, I hope you're feeling better, and just make sure you feel well enough for the lesson. If not, we'll just reschedule it, bud. I don't see any earnings out yet. Oh, Brian bought. I didn't see that. All right. All right. So Brian bought JCOM. He bought 5. Oh, no, not 5. FEYE. Fire Eye. Wow. Okay. Okay. And Procter & Gamble. Good old PG. It looks like that has earnings tomorrow as well. Okay. Bought and sold Kodak, GPS, DHI, and LEN. Man, you're busy today, Brian. I hope those were all good trades for you. So Facebook up 19 cents. That doesn't look like they've had earnings yet. PayPal is down 40 cents now. Did they have earnings? All right, we'll hang out a few more minutes and see whether or not earnings come by. Otherwise, I am going to put on my hiking shoes, go out hike. It's a beautiful day. Brian says average 8% on each one. That's fantastic, Brian. Very, very nice. You're an excellent trader. While we're waiting for earnings, if anybody has any questions or anything I can help you with or any clarification that you need, please just let me know. I think Katie's right. I think I need the air conditioning on. I'm roasting here. All right. Well, listen, it might be a while till they have earnings, but thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. It's nice to have everyone here. Please try to go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile or a wave or hello or just uh, one little act of kindness. I hate to sound cliche, right? But if everybody would just do that every day, the world would be a better place. And it'd be nice if you could do it for both a human and an animal. That would be nice too. So remember that. Remember to hit the thumbs up button if you haven't yet. I would appreciate that. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. So take care, everyone. Have a nice rest of your day, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.